If you still believe Jesus came to start Christianity, then the story you were given already did its job. If you believe every gospel ever written made it into the Bible, then the truth was buried even deeper than you thought. Because Jesus didn't arrive to build an institution, he revealed a hidden way of being, one that was later erased, outlawed, and burned by empire. He never asked for worship. He invited transformation. He didn't say, "Bow to me." He said, "Become what I am." And the forbidden texts, the ones removed and silenced, explain exactly what he meant by that. You weren't meant to stumble across this message by accident. If you're hearing it now, it's because something in you is ready to remember. Once you truly hear these teachings, Jesus will never look the same to you again, and neither will you. Ask yourself honestly, if everything you were taught about him was inverted, would you be brave enough to look again? What if the religious image of Jesus isn't the real one? What if he was crowned king to distract from the fact that he came to awaken kings? You were told he came to rescue you, but what if he came to remind you that you were never broken, never fallen, only forgetful? You forgot the light you were shaped from. You forgot the kingdom you carry. You forgot the fire that once moved freely through your soul. That was the original message, the one hidden under guilt, fear, and gold. Not a gospel of shame, but a gospel of remembrance. When Jesus said, "I and the Father are one," he wasn't claiming superiority. He was offering reflection, a mirror. The things I do, you will do also, and even greater. When was the last time you heard that emphasized? You didn't, because if people truly understood it, they would stop kneeling and start rising. That's the first forbidden truth. Jesus didn't come to be worshipped. He came to awaken what religion later tried to put to sleep. He wasn't forming followers who bowed. He was revealing humans who remembered. That's why his message was dangerous. It removed the middleman. No gatekeepers, no permission slips, no hierarchy between you and the divine. Just this simple directive: go within, quiet the mind, and remember. But power fears the awakened, so the key was taken, the lock was invented, and the truth was placed on a throne. God was moved far away, distant, judging, unreachable. Yet Jesus said something radical. The kingdom of God is within you, not coming later, not waiting elsewhere, within you. He didn't come to establish a religion. He came to dissolve the illusion of separation. So if his message was about remembrance, not worship, then who are you really? And if the same breath that moved through him still moves through you, why were you taught to feel disconnected from it? Maybe the truth wasn't buried in a tomb. Maybe it was buried inside you. They told you heaven comes after death, but Jesus never said that. He said the kingdom is already within you. That wasn't poetry, it was instruction. Heaven is not a location, it's a state, a frequency, a consciousness you enter when alignment returns. It's not above the clouds, it's beneath your ribs, in your breath, in the silence between thoughts. Heaven is what awakens when the inner war ends. That idea terrified empire, because if heaven isn't a reward controlled by authority, then no one owns the keys. You don't need permission. You don't need payment. You don't need a priest. You stop begging for paradise and start radiating it. So heaven was rewritten as distant, conditional, earned. Cathedrals were built outside so you'd forget the one within. And here's the next truth they never taught you. Sin was never your nature. It was forgetting your nature. You weren't born fallen. You were born radiant and then trained to look away from your own light. Sin isn't who you are. It's what happens when you forget who you are. Even the story of the fall was inverted. What if it wasn't a fall at all, but an awakening? What if the serpent symbolized knowledge? What if consciousness, not disobedience, was the real threat? close your eyes for a moment, not to confess, but to remember. That quiet flame you feel, that isn't shame, it's recognition. Maybe the darkness you feared was just light you hadn't faced yet. Maybe you were never here to be saved, only to remember why you came. Because deep down, you've always felt it. Longings with no name, familiarity without memory, echoes that don't belong to one lifetime. Jesus knew this. He spoke of souls returning, of Elijah coming again. The early mystics understood life isn't one chapter, it's a journey, a spiral, a school. And a soul that knows it lives beyond one life cannot be controlled by the fear of one death. That's why these teachings were removed, because a remembering soul is sovereign. You are not one lifetime old. You are history wearing skin. And you're here now because something is ready to be reclaimed. Mary Magdalene knew this too. She wasn't a sinner, she was an initiate. She understood Jesus not through obedience, but through inner knowing, and that terrified authority. Her gospel taught direct experience, not submission, so her voice was buried, but not erased. It's rising again, not through pulpits, but through people who feel the call without knowing why. This world was never meant to complete you. It was designed to awaken you. The ache you feel isn't failure. It's homesickness. You weren't sent here to belong. You were sent here to remember. The real enemy was never some external evil. It was amnesia. Forgetting where you came from makes you easy to control. Remembering sets you free. Jesus didn't point to stone temples. He pointed to the living one, the body, the breath, direct knowing, not belief, not doctrine, experience. That's gnosis. And when you awaken, you will be misunderstood, even resisted. That resistance is confirmation. You're not here to be liked. You're here to light the way. God was never separate from you. God is being itself, the breath in your lungs, the stillness behind your eyes. You are not made in the image. You are the expression. Separation was the lie. Union is the truth. You were never meant to worship the divine. You were meant to embody it with humility, with compassion, with fire. So if the Christ awakened in Jesus and that same spark lives in you, what are you waiting for? You are not seeking anymore. You are remembering. The kingdom was never above you. It was within you all along. You were never a sinner, only a star that forgot it was shining. You are not waiting for revelation. You are the revelation.